Hello. Okay, so um I yes, I did deliberately move that in here, by the way. I think this is cool. Like I saved this the other day. It's a coffee can lid, and I took it off and it's like at sharp edges, so I was like thinking of Odd Job from like Goldfinger. I was like, whew, because that like you could do some damage with that. So anyway, so I'm gonna sand it, I think, so like that way it isn't so sharp. The coaster, you know. I don't have any CDs, so like this is great and it looks nice. It's I mean, there you go. It looks fancy, and it's off of a Smart and Final coffee can lid. Anyway, the point of this video, okay, so like last night I was about to go to bed, and I was kind of like sexting Colter a little bit, kind of being flirtatious and amorous and all that stuff. And I told him that I wanted him to come over and everything, and all of a sudden I got this image of him crying. And so much so that, like, I mean, I've had other images. I mean, I don't react to everything that happens, but this was so compelling. And I'm just going to be frank about this as well. I mean, the Holy Spirit made me, did not tell me, made me respond. I, like, literally, before I'd even realized, like, I kind of, like, thought about this after I did it. I was like, wow, and I was aware while we were doing it, much like when I would go out to do drugs and not want to be doing it, or, I mean, it's a little bit different because I wasn't opposed to what I was doing last night, but the point being, though, that it was like, this is what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, my body was just literally being directed. I know. Anyway, so I got this image that he was crying in my mind, and next thing you know, we're getting up out of bed, grabbed my iPad, and I said something like please don't cry, babe, like it's okay, or something like that, because I got the image of him being like really, really sad, and was compelled to respond to it that way, so I still don't know. I kind of have a sense that it's not for nothing. I don't think that I think, because that was that, and because I didn't have a choice of being able to say, like, well, maybe he's sad, maybe he's not, who knows. I mean, I do that often enough with things, you know what I mean? This was so, I didn't have a choice. And I mean, there are other times where it looks like we have a choice, and it feels like we have a choice, but no. But like, this was like, I didn't have a choice, and I was quite aware at the moment that I didn't have a choice, and that's, you know what I mean? It was like that, like, that's the way the Spirit wanted to work that moment. So, and then this morning, so an incident happened, which I'm not going to cover. I don't know why, I guess because I'm not directed to cover it. Well, somebody got upset at me in a text message yesterday. I guess I'm going to cover it a little bit. I won't mention name. I mean, at this point, I'm like, I'm not going to mention name. Watch the name will come out or something. But anyway, text message. This person got upset at me, it was unusual because I posted some pics the other day. All right, I posted some pics. I didn't think. Here's what had happened with the pics. Okay, I was looking at that arms akimbo pic that I posted in this shirt yesterday for the prior, and I had taken it for the prior because I was mad at him because, like, I can never share his pics, and it was just like, God, he has such, like, great posts, and it bothers me sometimes when I cannot share them. So I took a picture of me, just kind of like tongue-in-cheek, arms akimbo, like that, in the kitchen. Later, I looked at it because arms akimbo, I'm just, is a neat thing to me. It's something to think about. If you Google it, there's a lot to it. And there's a lot of psychology behind it. So I was reviewing my post. I saw me arms akimbo, and I thought, what? I want to repost. It kind of reminds me of Hitler a little bit, though, because it's a very common pose for authoritative figures, and it's also a very common pose. Even in fact, one of my favorite yodeling albums has this guy on a Swiss mountaintop. Like, I think he's kind of like this, and he has this pipe, and it's the most awesome pic. It's just wonderful. You know, because arms akimbo can symbolize so many different things. Anyway, so, or arm akimbo, sorry, in that case. But, so I thought of Hitler, and I thought, oh God, you know, because I'm Hitler sometimes, and I don't get my way. And I posted a picture of Hitler arms akimbo, very similar, side by side with me. And then I thought this is, I'm loving this right now, because I was dismayed that I couldn't explain my thought process yesterday, and I'm getting to do it right now. Awesome. Okay, because of this. Now, arms akimbo can be done many different ways. The most common way I think that we see it in American society when people do it is to take the fingers like this and do this deal right here. But it can be like this, and it can even be higher up, and it can be one, and it can be all kinds of things. I mean, and the difference in body language actually I think has some significance. I mean, it doesn't. I'm not going to go as rigid as like if you see it like this, but it means this and that. It's not so much that, but if you look at different poses and people arms akimbo, you can see the subtleties of what's communicated in that. I just find that fascinating. Anyway, so I was walking around. So after I did that, I went in the bathroom, and I wasn't intending to go in the bathroom to look, but I happened to walk in the bathroom for something, and I put my arms up like that, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, I like that. I mean, I want to take a picture like that too to show the different poses of arms akimbo. And the light was out in the bathroom when I did this, so there was it was great, and I just thought it looked I looked at my own reflection, and I thought, wow, that's very beautiful. Like, it's very artistic, you know. And I thought instantly, naked. So I took my clothes off. And there was nothing at all remotely sexual about this at all in my mind at the time. I didn't, so much so that I didn't even realize that my balls were showing from one of the pictures. I didn't see. I just thought, oh, this is a great pose. It just kind of, it's nice. What I was trying to show is again, I didn't realize this until afterward either. I can't take credit for this. The Holy Spirit told me afterward about the nakedness, the apropos point being like me bearing everything. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how ugly, it's just so from like showing every square inch of my house on camera to when it's neat and when it's messed up, to literally showing everyone that's been following. You've seen every square inch of my body pretty much, except for one that I don't think that I'm going to show. I don't need to post pictures of my butthole on friggin' Facebook. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. I mean, but you know, you don't need to. But like, isn't that amazing when you think about it? I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but like, the symbolism there is pretty kind of cool. I feel like I would feel, and here's the self-satisfied I was talking about in the Facebook post a few minutes ago. This is the good self-satisfied. I'm sitting here thinking, like, if this wasn't me, wow, I'd be watching me going, that's pretty cool. I've like this guy, like I've seen, you know, I'm watching him here doing a video on something, maybe speaking about something very, very dignified, but I've seen this guy's like dick getting sucked on fucking Pornhub. I've seen every square inch of his body, and he's like, okay, you know what I mean? And then now, oh my God, look at this. He's praying a psalm. Like, holy shit, he's talking to me about being tight with Jesus and showing me how to do it. Like, that's pretty cool. You know, and so I like that. That I couldn't, you know, I'd rather do this. I'd rather be this than be, I'm not gonna name it. Just anybody though. Because it's very, very important to me. This is a very, very important. This is like, obviously, I'm coming into my ministry. Boom. Wow, that just clicked. Holy shit. Because I've been praying about this for years. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And I think we're starting to finally get to it. I think, you know, I don't have a clear, 100% clear idea of, like, you know, it's not finalized enough. It's taking shape, though, obviously. And this is what I want to do. That's important to me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's great to make money, and it's great to be, you know, that's awesome. I'd love to have you know, part of me would love to have a great, fancy, nice, expensive car and everything like that. But I would much rather much rather help people become more okay with their bodies and help people become more okay with bearing parts of their soul that are uncomfortable, so that way they become stronger people. That, see, like, that's why, like, you know, that's why, like, I guess movies like Mr. Holland's Opus mean so much to me. Like, I'm like, oh, because that's the goal of my life right there. You know what I mean? That's the goal of my life. And it's very, very important. So anyway, so Colter, this was my thought process along the way. This morning, only cooking breakfast, did I sit and did it all kind of, did the Holy Spirit give me the realization? So this is how someone else might take it. Boom, and it all hit me at once, and I'm like, oh my God. I saw like me put, you know, I was like, would I be happy if Colter posted fucking naked pictures on like Facebook? And then like, you know, I was like, oh my God, no, you know, like, I mean, I tend to think, you know, what a bad part about being me is that I tend to act as though people could read my mind. And the reason I do that is because I feel like I'm so explicit about stuff that like I don't really leave much to like interpretation. So you should know where I'm at, like on that. You should, you know what I mean? As just as a matter of course, you know, because I am good at that. I'm very good at that. That's a deliberate act on my part. You know why? Because I've had so many people in my life that have been so secretive and it hurt me with it that I absolutely don't want to do that to anybody at all. You know what I mean? I like that. Sometimes, I mean, some people might read my Facebook post and be like, my God, it's almost like he's giving an account of stuff. So that I am, that's right. I mean, there's a few things that are being held, and you should feel. Don't ever feel, you know, there's an appropriate time to have an attitude of I don't have to account it, but that should be a seldom fucking attitude. I'm speaking to all of you. That should be a very seldom attitude that you take that I don't have to explain myself to you shit. That is fucking. I hate that. Anyway. Yeah, so that's my attitude toward that, though. Like, no, you should. Now, here are some times that I can think of off the cuff, off the top of my head, where you don't have to explain yourself to somebody. Instances like where you have previously, and that's, you know, for cases of that same exact, you know, that same situation, you have gone over and have taken care to be explicit about something and done, you know, what you need to do on your side of the street, okay? And so that's why I don't need to go downstairs, dear, and explain to you how to get that discount on that weed that you need to get, because I know that you know how to do it, and I'm not going to take the time to do that. I'm also not going to take the time to show you how to log in to a web interface that you showed me initially how to log into and do, all right, and complete. So, you know what I mean? I'm there to help you, but I'm not like an idiot, and I'm not going to, you know, go out. You know, I know when I've done enough, and I know when I can say no. I don't need to explain myself to you. All right. Now that takes. You always need to be thinking about that, though. I'm telling you. You know, there's a time like you have to get good at like knowing when to like I'm not going to give that a second thought, and when to give that a second thought. It's tricky. It is, but you know, no matter what, you never beat yourself up over it. This is where we can learn something from Mr. Trump. Okay. Now the different thing is Mr. Trump is also very self-satisfied, like I am. But what he needs to be self-satisfied is very, very different from mine. Okay, and that's okay. I'm not saying that Trump needs to be more like maybe he does, you know, whatever. That's not the point here. All right. What I will say is I'm so tired of liberals like just hating on Trump, honestly, and hating on people. You know, just it's such bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, stop it. I am all for being like smug, like, oh, look at me, I love to look at me. I love it. Did you see that picture of me the other day that I took with me on television? That wasn't an accident. I put it in there. I was laughing at myself about it because I do. You know what's really crazy? Right now, I can't bring myself, and I'm a little upset about this. It does bother me because I love, like when I said the other day that the Justin show was so great is because other people leave their mark on it. Like, and it wouldn't be the same. That's very, very true. I'm not kidding about that. Okay, I need you to leave your mark to be self-satisfied. All right, but lately I've been watching like nothing but myself, like on TV. I mean, part of it's fun because I have a great time because I laugh at my own videos It's almost as if I'm watching someone else because it feels like that. I'm like, oh my god, I can't, like, son of a bitch, that came out of my mouth, like, but at the same time, I'm kind of frustrated because, like, I want to be able to watch. I'm going by YouTube and I'm like, oh, look at Adam. He said what I saw this morning was when I noticed the plants. I'm like, what was it? Why there are no covers of rap songs? I'm like, oh, that looks good. Like, I want to watch that, but it's like I'm not allowed to watch it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? I want to see that. And it's like, nope, you're going to here. You're going to go watch your video again. I'm like, all right, that's cool too. I mean, but I want to watch that. I do, because like the other night, I'm a news junkie. I am a news junkie. I love current events, believe it or not. And I am not being allowed to watch current events right now, honestly. I am not, you heard that right. I am not being allowed to watch current events right now in news. Nor am I being allowed to indulge my interest in what other people are up to on Facebook and social media. And it's not making me miserable, but I'm not exactly happy about it because I like to know what's going on. Last night I was watching Cron 4 News, and it was all, I thought, oh, this is cool, all right. I was relaxed. I was like, all right, good, fine. The Holy Spirit's finally let me watch some news. And then some fucking, like, interview thing came on that was just, it made me uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. I didn't like it. So I turned the TV off in frustration. I was just like, son of a bitch, man. Like, I just, Anyway, Colter, fuck, I am sorry if I upset you. I don't know if I did. Again, I'm just going off of, like, what, I don't know. I don't know that you're upset until you're in this room right here, or call me on the phone and say, this is Colter, and I'm upset because da-da-da-da. Until you do that, I don't know. I mean, I can maybe know in one sense, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you never told me that we were going to get married or we were going to get engaged. You never said that. Like, okay, so, like, but at the same time, like, wow, I have that's about the only thing that I have a knowledge of and I have a faith of, as good as if you came in this room. That's other than that, everything else is much more iffy. So I sit here with hesitation. I said, maybe you were crying, maybe not, maybe it was just a feeling, maybe, I don't know, but the Holy Spirit gave me something that made me think that you might have been upset. And that, I don't know if it was connected to that chat that I had yesterday, I'm not sure. I don't know. And I don't want to delve in, and I'll tell you why, because sitting there and ruminating on all of that, or trying to, like, go through what available tangible evidence there is and looking at it over and over is not going to help me to that end at all. It's not going to lead to an objective truth, an understanding of the situation. So I won't do it. I refuse. I'm like, I'm not going to waste time on that. That's not going to get me. I used to do that a lot. I'm Pisces. I'm a pro at that. Believe me. I can do that with not just with the best of them, but better than all of you. Why used to be my favorite fucking question in the world. Why do people do this? Why do people do that? And go around in circles around and get fucking nowhere. So much so I have such contempt for that and people that do that now. I don't, typically, like, because I'm much more results oriented. I just don't like to waste time on things like that. I think it's pathetic. I don't like it. It's, what I also don't like is when I tell people that and I see them just completely just as if, like, I didn't say anything and they just keep doing it. Even though I realize the Holy Spirit is making them do it, it still goes up my ass sideways. Even though I realize that that's their destiny, either forever or until it's not, either way, and that I just need to let them do that. Even so, the reality of being human is that, you know what I mean? It's a little bit more dirty than that. This is why I can tell you right now, being in a monastery or being a hermit or just being away from shit gives you have a lot, it's a lot easier to love everybody when you don't have, the further you are away from people, the easier it is to fucking just be full of love for everyone. But, in fact, no, I was going to say, but, you know what? But no, that's true too. I've been feeling like, whoo, I'm just so in love with everybody lately, because you know why? I spend 24 hours a day pretty much in this fucking house alone, thinking about people. So, like, of course it's great. You know what I mean? It is the most pure environment in which to love somebody is like not have to deal with the things about them that piss you off directly. You right? I mean, like, whoops. Anyway, so well, this is gonna get some views. This one, that's good. There you go. All right, tell your friends. Okay, so anyway, I had a great. Speaking of which, I had a great conversation. I think I already mentioned this before, but I was gonna, and I interrupted myself in the shepherd's pie video. Fart fetishist dude messaged me, and I felt so touched by this. Maybe I did say that. I don't remember, but I felt so touched by this because I had talked about me not being into farts, but for the way people's feelings being very, very important to me. Okay, and yours are too, Anne, but not every single instance you try to play on my emotions will it be. I know the difference. I know it's best sort of fella for a reason. All right, but I still love the hell out of you, Anne. All right, so this guy was touched by that and felt comfortable enough to come to me and message me on Facebook saying that even though he hadn't explicitly made this clear previously, that he was, the fart thing was a way to sexualize me, and he is turned on by farts, and he was turned on, by an otherwise like non-sexual video, and he felt comfortable telling me that and being open with me because I had been real about what's going on in my heart, in my soul, and that he knew that I would not. He felt comfortable enough, even if he didn't know. That he could tell me that, and I would be like, "Hey, it's all right, buddy." Like, and give him a hug, basically, and that's what I did. And that being able, that's the kind of if you could be a celebrity for that, well, then I would want to be a celebrity. But I wouldn't want to not do that. That's what that's the most important thing in my life, is to be able to do that. I want people to feel good about themselves, and I love people, and I don't. So I mean, we all judge people. You know what I mean? But it's like it's important to me to really more empathize. I try to empathize with people, even if they don't empathize with me. I mean, I like a lot of people that don't even like me, or I have throughout my life, and I will continue to do that. Now, conventional wisdom says like, whoa. Conventional wisdom cautions you against that, because number one, to most people, you look like a fool when you're like all excited about somebody, like, isn't he great? And the other person's like, what a loser. Like, you know what I mean? That's like the worst. I know that feeling. I'm sitting here, I'm saying it to you right now, and I get that feeling. It's like, oh, that is like the worst, embarrassing situation to feel. But like, let me tell you, like, I've been doing that for a long time now, and I can do that. I'm strong enough now emotionally to do that, and I'm strong enough because the Spirit has helped me get there. You know what I mean? I've prayed for that. I used to not be able to do that, though. I mean, a lot of things I can sit here and do now, I've had problems solved in my life now that I thought I was never, I was certain that they were going to be lifelong in some sense, and I was never going to be free of them. Some of those are gone now. Some of them are completely gone. And all of them have to do with, by the way, none of them are like, was it going to have a house or anything like that? Nothing like that. I'm talking about the shit that really takes you down. I'm talking about like insecurities about stuff. You know what I mean? About feeling incomplete. Those are the things I'm talking about. That are not even issues for me anymore. I'm sure that we'll cover them because I can't think of a one right now, honestly. But I think I'm listening to like recent memory of what I'm saying, and I'm like, oh, cool. This is good that we're covering this shit. We're getting to where I want to get into the stuff that I've been wanting to get out. With each video more and more, and it's thank you, Holy Spirit, thank you. Mwah. Yes. I haven't even touched this coffee. You know what I've been doing actually with the coffee? When it gets cold, I just pour it back in the coffee pot and then re-pour it again, a cup again. So I hope that the coffee that's there, if there's enough, like it's gonna keep warm enough, and so that's what I do with this. If I drink most of it, it should be fine, you see. So what I call this video, even though it covers a bunch of stuff, it's mostly an apology to Colter. That's why it exists. That was the impetus for its creation. So Colter, baby, I mean, I'm sorry. You know, I'll be honest with you. It's not that important to me. Like, it's not that important to me to have posted. Like, if you never want me to post a semi nude or like nude pic on again, I won't do it. It's not that important to me. If you want me to take those down, I will seriously consider it. I want to talk about that though. You know, because now you've heard the reason for their existence, and I'm okay not posting anymore. You know, but I would even be, you know, because like you're very important to me. Okay, spending a life with you and having you in my life is extremely important. You know, I think like there's God, and then there's you, and that's why you're going to be my husband. You know, that's why I would let you be my husband, and that's why you would let me be your husband, right? Because we're that important to each other. That's why that makes good sense. So like, yeah, so there's I mean, your wish is my command in most cases. You know what I mean? Unless it violates some major principle of mine, of which there are, you know, not that many, and I don't think that is likely to happen anyway. I think that I'm likely to be amenable to whatever you would suggest anyway in most cases. So, and likewise, I think so. That's why we're going to be so happy. Paul and Julia Child, look out. And I hope, you know, like really, there's a lot to look forward to in the future for us. God, I love you so much, man. I love you so much. I mean, I just hope you understand that. I hope you understand that. I wish I could just take like this feeling and this knowledge and this peace and this everything that is in my heart and just go here, boom, take it, and have you instantly just get it, you know, every little last piece, because then I could rest easy and know that you know we're exactly on the same page, and you know you don't ever have to worry about it. I love you, Angel. And I hope to see you soon. Man, I'll wait as long as it takes. I will. But I'm like, yeah, I want to see you so badly. So badly. And I pray that, I don't upset you again. I have a feeling I did, because the Holy Spirit's, Holy Spirit's let me know that. And I feel like the Holy Spirit is also kind of with each incident like this, is also convincing you, going, holy shit, because there's no way he could have known I've been upset, and this is the first time he's addressed me being upset. And then, that's further proof, obviously, in your mind, right, of the work of the Holy Spirit. That has to be, so. Or I'm completely off. Colter's either watching this or not, and either way going, and the Holy Spirit has a much bigger lesson for me coming up like that, but I'm gonna, let me talk about that real quick. I am agonized and grieved at the thought of that, because I want Colter. I want you. You know what I mean? There's nothing, I got my mind set on you, Colter. I've got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. So that's all, okay, baby? Oh, wow. I want to hug you. I want to hug you so badly right now. I want you to help me pick plants for this place. We need some plants. I looked at Adam Neely's place. He has some plants in there, which I guess we're there. I happened to notice a video from months ago, and it seemed, I was like, oh, okay, they're there, and So I guess he wasn't watching my videos going, I got to spruce my place up a little bit, get it like Justin's. No, but I looked at, I saw it, I was like, I got to get some plants. That's nice, And so, and I've had plants before. You have more plants. Anyway, I got to get some plants in here, and I want you to help me pick them out, Or you just do the husband thing that they do when they accompany their wives to shopping. The husbands are just like on the phone, like, here, yeah, honey, that looks great. All right, dude, all right, carrying all the shit, And the wife's like, yeah, I need do you have anything that? And that's me shopping too. That is very much me shopping in there with purpose, knowing you're just accompanying me. But baby, the point is that honestly, even though I can do that, I want you to go with me to shop with me, so that I can be like, what do you think we should get? Do you think you'd like this? And we do it together. That's what I want. That's what I really want. That's what I've wanted my whole life. But I honestly, I never thought I was going to get that. I kind of thought of myself like Paul, the Apostle Paul, in the sense that Paul was called to be a bachelor, And I'd be okay being a bachelor, but I realize that now, oh God, I'd be hurting now to find out that we were going to get married. I would be hurting about that for a little while, because I've kind of gotten out of that mode and kind of got my heart set on the fact that wow, we're going to be together and have this great relationship, and now I want that. You know what I mean? And I don't think that, honestly, I don't think that God's going to go, yeah, no, how about you go to the monastery now that you wanted to before? And I'm like, oh, really? That's how you do it? Oh, you're going to send people brokenhearted. That's why they go to monasteries? No, I don't think God does that. I don't think that's the way that goes. Plus, I just thought, imagine me showing up at the monastery right now after the prior has seen all, they'd be like, no, that's all right. You need to work out some of that energy right there, buddy. You're not coming into this place like that. And right? Understandably, I wouldn't either. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. Why don't we wait till your testosterone levels dip down if we're gonna do that? But anyway, I get shower, get dressed. Before I do that, I gotta clean my kitchen though and get that ready. And let me just show off. I'm so excited about this. This is great. Look at this. Food waste container. I made this out of, for people that haven't seen the Facebook post, it already has eggs in it. All right. I made this out of an oatmeal, Quaker Oats instant oatmeal box. And I just put painter's tape on it. And created, it's great. It's not, this is gonna look good on my counter because my garbage disposal burnt up. It broke. I broke it. Being an idiot by accident, Something tells me, well, it may be a minute. So in the meantime, we have to make sure the sink doesn't get clogged up. So I have to go to the dollar store and I gotta get a drain cover, so that way nothing goes down there and I don't have to keep plunging it or anything. But in the meantime, we have a food waste container because we want to make sure that our food waste stays separate from our regular garbage because of the frequency and needing to empty. Food waste should go out every day. I don't always empty my garbage every day if it's not filled up because there's no need to. If it's you know what I mean. But if you put food in the garbage, you don't want to leave that smelling. So. But I'm so thrilled. I love doing the shit like this. This is just, I think this is just fun. This is why I don't play video games, because I like doing shit like this. This is my game right here. This is my coming up with shit like this. And it actually has a utility I can use. So it's I kill two birds with one stone. Wonderful. Not saying, by the way, that there isn't, I'm going to quickly touch on this, okay, about games. Every single game has an immediate utility and a more metaphorical, sort of philosophical thing behind it, okay? No matter what it is. The problem is that not everybody playing the game is taking away the deeper, meaning and utility with them. And that, I would say most aren't. I would say most probably are literally just doing what the fuck is going on right in front of them and not later taking skills and principles that they've learned in the game to be able to apply to like cleaning their shower later. And if they were doing that, the world would be a better place, and I would say, wow, you know what? Nothing is lost by all these hours playing video games, but since most people are lazier than that, I think that they should spend more time away from video games and do something a little bit more engaging in the world. That's just Justin Bowen's opinion. That's not the Holy Spirit's opinion. That's Justin Bowen's opinion. Okay? Anyway, God bless, stay safe, and enjoy the day. Don't play so many video games today, or do it. I don't know. Pray about it. See what the fucking Holy Spirit tells you. God bless. Bye-bye.